Hello everyone, my name is Chad Woitis and this is my hypothesis presentation. I'll be discussing the topic of the drone debate. First off, let's look at where and when drones became into existence. One of the first recorded uses of drones was by Austrians in 1849, which were pilotless balloons mounted with bombs. Since then, we've created the drones we see today, both domestic and international. We know them by the term drones, but their technical term is called unmanned aerial vehicles, UAV for short, which are just aircrafts without human pilots on board. More commonly, though, the term drone has come to refer to unmanned combat aerial vehicles, UCAVs for short, that the military uses, which are UAVs equipped with combat capabilities, most commonly the ability to launch missiles. What you see here is known as an international drone, most commonly used by the military. A miniature UAV, or small UAV, SUAV for short, is an unmanned aerial vehicle small enough to be man-portable. Miniature UAVs range from micro-air vehicles that can be carried by an infantryman to man-portable UAVs that can be carried and launched like an infantryman portable air defense system. These devices can be used for hurricane hunting, 3D mapping, farm use, and even search and rescue, but we commonly associate them with delivering Amazon products or pizza delivery. These drones are more for domestic use. Now that we know the difference between international and domestic drones, it's time to understand a little bit more about how our nation deals with these drones. The advancements in international drone technology continues to thrive and show to be some of the most beneficial, innovative devices used to alleviate the U.S. of any potential threats. And the same goes for domestic drones, as their use by both companies and individuals increases. I've also attached a snapshot of a pie chart showing where the total federal spendings were allocated. You can see that the military makes up a large portion of federal spending, which is most likely the reason for the drones' advancements. An article titled "Why Drones Work" states President George W. Bush oversaw fewer than 50 drone strikes during his presidency, whereas Obama has signed off on over 400 of them in the last 4 years, making the program the centerpiece of U.S. counterterrorism unit. The same article states, since Obama has been in the White House, U.S. drones have killed an estimated 3,300 al-Qaeda, Taliban, and other jihadist operatives in Pakistan and Yemen. That number includes over 50 senior leaders of al-Qaeda and the Taliban, top figures who are not easily replaced. While I agree that these statistics are very impressive and that the international drones have shown to be extremely useful, I also notice that society has become heavily reliant on technology of all sorts, so it seems likely that it will keep controlling us and how we live our lives. I can see the advancement of drone technology questioning society regarding public safety, privacy, and any other issues they may present, even if they do provide benefits, but they seem to put fear in the eyes of those who recognize how harmful they can actually be. On January 23, 2009, a CIA drone flattened a house in Pakistan's tribal regions. It was the third day of Barack Obama's presidency, and this was the new commander-in-chief's first covert drone strike. A high-value target was taken out along with up to 10 militants, but reports of civilian casualties soon began to emerge, with at least 9 civilians killed, all from the same family, and seriously injuring another. This goes to show how unexpected accidents are very prone to happen when using these drones. And attached is a picture of Fahim Qureshi, who was the injured survivor of the strike. Counterterrorism units stress the importance of strategy, and drones are just one tool that has seemed to run the way we apply these strategies. An article titled "The Real Drone Debate" states, drone strikes should just be one tool in a larger counterterrorism framework, used only in accordance with a host government's political legitimacy. Like all things, drone strikes work best in moderation. Our military has essentially used these UAVs to determine how airstrike missions are carried out, not the other way around. A different article says that drone strikes create more terrorists than they kill. They contend that drone strikes kill large numbers of civilians, violate international law, lack sufficient congressional oversight, violate the sovereignty of other nations, and make the horrors of war appear as innocuous as a video game. It seems that we very well may be setting ourselves for disaster if our future generations grow up learning nothing but violence. Just look at how violent television and video games have become in the past 25 years. Predator drones can hold up to 2 Hellfire missiles. Those have warheads of about 20 pounds, which are designed to pierce tank armor, but their damage outside of the vehicle targeted is limited. An alternative warhead, which features high lethality and minimum collateral damage, is also in service. With this advanced warfare compacted into such a device, it's time to realize a breaking point before we become too smart for our own good. A study in Stanford, NYU, also suggests that these strikes have inflicted considerable psychological trauma on residents of targeted areas. On the other side of the drone spectrum sits the smaller, convenient drone that have the ability to hover and gain some serious altitude. And they're all equipped with surveillance cameras, making them very entertaining, but at the same time presenting public and privacy safety. A major problem that these small UAVs face is that one day thousands of them can populate our airspace and cause potential collisions with standard piloted aircrafts. To add to that, they're also predicted to surveillance other establishments for security purposes, and I highly doubt that citizens will enjoy being followed around to their car by these devices. With all of the existing drone issues today, it's time for the U.S. as a society to realize how potentially dangerous they can be, especially if it were to fall into the wrong hands. This brings me to the question, should the U.S. domesticate the use of drones? Again, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Signing off.